The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus on Reading 5 Minutes, published 10.03. 2019, updated 16.10. 2019. The horror movie, The Strangers, was released on TV screens back in 2008. The title reflects the main villains of the movie. They will be masked strangers chasing civilians who were unlucky enough to be on the path of these maniacs. The PR campaign of the movie was held under the slogan, "Invited by True Events," which means, based on real life. Indeed, the movie makes many references to such events in American history as the Keddy murder and the robbery of the so-called Charles Manson gang, which operated in the vicinity of San Francisco in 1969. This explanation of the movie adds plausibility to the story. The plot of the movie Strangers. The plot of the movie is set in the America of the recent past, in 2005. Two Mormon boys returning home from a religious service hear loud screams and gunshots coming from a house near the road. Running closer, they see two bodies lying in a pool of blood and then call the police. Then the action of the movie moves to the past and we see the heroes of the movie, Kristen and James going home, after a stormy vacation at their acquaintances from the university. On the road, James offers Kristen his hand and heart, but she doesn't agree, saying that she can't make such a commitment yet. They reach the country house, which belongs to James' father, and there they stay for the night. Their rest is interrupted by a knock on the door, and when they come out, a strange girl asks them if this is where Tamara lives. Finding out that she doesn't, the girl says she has the wrong address and apologizes and leaves. James leaves to go to the store to buy cigarettes, while unknown people with masks on their faces break into Kristen's house. She calls James and asks him to come over soon. However, when the guy arrives, there is no one near the house, but in the rush of this unpleasant story, Kristen drops her phone into the fireplace and accidentally cuts her hand with the sharp edge of the lamp. The guy and girl decide to call for backup and call the cops. James runs to the car where he left his phone. As he approaches, he sees that the tires are slashed and the windshield is smashed. A couple of shadows he noticed with his side vision turn out to be thugs. They attack him and he runs into the house where, with Kristen's help, he barricades the doors with various furniture. Armed with an old shotgun, James shoots the attackers. In an unfortunate accident, he hits his friend, Michael, who decided to stop by. Kristen remembers about the radio lying in the shed opposite the house and they decide to get to it by all means. However, the unfamiliar thugs turn out to be ready for them and both are caught. They are put into chairs and then the bandits, referred to as Dolly and the Masked Man, stab Kristen and James in the stomach. When Kristen tearfully asks why they are being killed, Dolly says, "Because you were here." Dumping the bodies in a corner, the thugs leave the house and drive off to an unknown destination. In the morning, Kristen regains consciousness and crawls out onto the road, where she is found by two Mormon boys. The meaning of the movie Strangers. The meaning of the movie can be interpreted differently by each viewer. Someone sees here a banal story about a quiet town in which evil suddenly came, and someone else sees an ordinary story about maniacs and their victims. But we can single out one moment, which has an important role in the movie. The movie clearly shows all the inexorable power of evil rock. Seemingly innocent and not involved in anything, young people are victims of a brutal crime. And all their guilt is not even that they had a lot of money or their killers had personal scores with them. On the contrary, up to this point, both parties did not even know each other. Thus James and Kristen's only fault is that they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even a peaceful and quiet life did not save the heroes from sudden problems with criminals. Everyone knows that killing is wrong. That's what everyone around us teaches us from childhood. But strangers in masks decided to do the opposite of what their nannies and educators taught them. They decided to kill people. And their purpose is not clear, because their victims had no valuables, they did not know each other and had no reason for enmity. It turns out that these people killed only out of boredom, committed murder for the sake of murder, and that was their goal. The horror is that anyone could have suffered from the actions of these maniacs. Therefore, even in quiet towns, security often falls on the shoulders of those very civilians, not on the cops. It is on the civilians that the safety of their neighbors and themselves depends. Thus the importance of mutual aid for human society is shown. The meaning of the ending of the movie Strangers. The meaning of the ending is self-sufficient. The viewers can invent their own variants of the scenario and continuation of events, but since there was no continuation of Strangers, they will remain only in the heads of viewers. And the rest will see the same as everyone else. The story is over, the victims got out of the trap of maniacs, but not without bloodshed. James is badly injured or killed, and Kristen herself has yet to make it to the hospital, and who knows if she will survive or not. Evil, however, has retreated, but the whole fight against it is yet to come. Write your own meaning of the movie Strangers in the comments. We look forward to it.